Hello and welcome to this week's Counter Attack with me, Jamie O'Hara, and ex-Liverpool Newcastle fullback Jose Enrique. Big burning question, this one for you, Jose. A big result for Middlesbrough, a shocking one for Chelsea, though, in the Carabao Cup. Could Poch be on his way out?
With Chelsea, you never know. That's the truth. Now, it's true that they have one more leg, that they're playing at home, and if they win that game and they're able to go through, people will forget about this game. That's the truth. But with Chelsea, I don't know. I think it would be wrong from Chelsea to sack him. I think he needs time. It's a lot of new players. He's proving the past in Tottenham as well that he can handle, obviously, managing young players, but it's impossible with that many young players at the same time. Obviously, I expect them to do a little bit better, to be honest with you. That's the truth.
Oh, come on, mate. They spent £1 billion, Look, Jose, we played the game, right? So I remember playing against Chelsea and I was coming up against Ballack, Lampard, John Terry, Carvalho, Ivanovic, Peter Cech, Ashley Cole, Didier Drogba. Like men who are going to turn up and we're going to get results. And if it weren't playing well and they go away from home, they're going to win and they're going to go through teams and they're going to not going to roll over and they're going to fight to get a result. And that's what they did, and that's why they were successful. I look at this Chelsea team, Jose, against Middlesbrough the other night. I've been watching them for the last 18 months. Honestly, they are soft as shit. Like, they are so bad. Like, they've got no leadership qualities. None of them want to get on the ball apart from Thiago Silva. Conor Gallagher runs around. Conor Gallagher's the captain. Look, listen, good player, Conor Gallagher. Good player. Captain of Chelsea. One of the most successful football clubs in the world. And Conor Gallagher's your captain. Come on, mate. Jose, they are a disgrace. They've absolutely messed it up. They're a joke. And they ain't going to get any better. These players ain't getting any better. Forget potential. Forget, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They ain't got the mentality. None of them have got the mentality to be successful. The first thing they should do is phone John Terry, get him in that dressing room and say, right, I'm going to get hold of some of you lot because your standards have fell so far that they've forgotten what it means to play for Chelsea Football Club.
But Jamie, I kind of agree, okay, but now you sign a lot of players that they are 21, 22, 19 even. Give them 8 years contract. Massive money.
Yeah.
They arrive there from obviously another club that they played before, but earning a fortune. Their life is sorted already. It's no pressure from them. And the mentality when you are 19, 20, apart from some world-class players, it's not the same as when you are 22, 24, 25,
Yeah.
So it's talent, 100% is talent. That's Modric. I remember when he plays the first game, everyone thought he was the new Neymar, for Chelsea after the first game,
Yeah.
And look now, at the end, they are all young players. I agree with you. You used to look at Chelsea with these kind of names and you used to like, oh my God, I'm going to have a nightmare today, with these guys, but now it's true that you can beat Chelsea. Doesn't matter who you are. You say, if I go and I do the things right, I can beat this side. That's the truth. But that's Pochettino's mistake. I think the owner.
It's Todd Bowley's mistake as well, though, Jose. Do you know what I mean? Like, Todd Bowley's made an absolute rick. Now, what did he think? Like, he obviously doesn't know footballers. I don't know where he's been or what he's been up to in America.
Yeah.
You hand someone an 8-year contract, right? 19 years of age. You've basically given him his career. Like, you've given him his career. He's a great footballer. Yeah, he loves his football. You give someone an 8-year contract on 150, 200 grand a week. You're telling me that he's going to keep fighting for his place and he's going to have that hunger in his belly to succeed. Like a hungry lion.
Maybe,
no, he ain't.
Maybe one or two players in the world.
It's a certain type of mentality. Do you know what I mean? But they're like, I've done it, Jose. I've done it. I got the contract I always wanted, got a 5-year deal at Wolves, and you know what? I started to enjoy myself. Going out, buying nice cars, getting a nice Bentley, going and buy a nice massive house, thinking it's all nice. All of a sudden, instead of eating, at home, a nice meal ready for training tomorrow, I'm at Nobu and Zuma in London, giving it the big one. You take your eye off the prize, and before you know it, bang, you're at the team. Someone who's come in who's more hungry than you and ready for success. And these players and then you lose it. And And that was on a 5-year contract on
It
30
happened.
grand a week. These
And
players are on 150, 200 grand a week. They can have whatever they want in the world. They ain't got the hunger in their belly, ain't got the fight. They haven't even done anything. They've not even proven anything yet. And they give
for
them an
me,
8-year contract.
yeah, for
Drop me
me, to
out.
be honest with you, it actually happens to me. It happens to you. It happens to me. When I signed for Newcastle, they give me 5 years contract. The salary that they give me was 5 times bigger than the one I have in Villarreal.
What was that,
And
about £15 a week?
it was a little bit more than that, but but then at the end, my first season, I recognize it, always, and I don't have, like just say now, I was shit myself because I wasn't focusing what I needed to be focused. They
Yeah.
sort you life out. You are 21. It's very difficult to have the mentality to say, okay, when I had the mentality when the club came to me and they wanted to sell me to Betis. That was
Yeah.
the year after. And I went, oh, wait. You will see now then. But
Yeah.
until it happens, it wasn't a year and a half. You
Yeah.
understand?
I
It's,
know.
and these guys, you playing, obviously, I love Newcastle, but Chelsea, you expect them success. You expect them to win stuff, because, and more with the money that they are spending. And
Crazy.
like you said, with all these players, young players in this massive contract with 8 years, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's gonna take them a long, long time, I think, to be there.
Jose, with half the season gone, obviously looking back on Chelsea's summer signings, it's been a bit of a disaster. We'll do hit or miss with some of the players. I've got a list of names here. We'll start with Casado. I mean, he's a
Yeah,
massive
but
miss right now, isn't he?
well, it's a miss. But for me, all the players that we wanna mention, I think they are all really good players. It's just they gone to Chelsea and we are seeing the worst side of these players. That's
Yeah.
all. But you cannot say Cancelo is a bad player. I think last year everyone would have took him. Any team.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Chelsea wanted every player, and now it looks like someone else. That's the truth. But the quality in the player is there. But yeah, right now, from the start of the season to now, yeah, it's a miss. Yeah, you have to
Mm.
say that. I probably want to say about all of them.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I agree. I mean, Casado feels a bit like Basuma.
yeah,
Basuma's come good again. But when he first signed for Tottenham, he was awful.
yeah,
And everyone was like, who is this guy that we signed from Brighton?
yeah,
Casado feels exactly the same. So there's obviously a player in there with Casado because, he's shown it in the Premier League, how good he is. But, I mean, he's definitely a miss at the moment. Lavia, we've got, I mean, he's
yeah.
coming. He's hardly played. He's been injured.
Yeah,
He's, again, another miss. But,
yeah, yeah. It's another miss.
yeah,
He's not
I
playing.
don't even think he's put his boots on yet.
Yeah, yeah. He's a good player again. Yes, obviously he's not as good as Caicedo, but it's a miss because, like you say, it's not even play. I think just
No.
yet.
Yeah. Nkuku, I think, is one that they've really thought is going to be a star from. He's got injured as well. I'd say at the moment, again, he's a miss. I think he will come good from though.
Yeah, he's a really good player. I saw him, when he used to play in the Bundesliga, you
Yeah.
know, and you can say he's proper, he's a top player. But it's true
Yeah.
now. It's a miss. It's been the whole season injury, more or less. Half of the
Yeah.
season injury.
Cole Palmer's definitely a hit for me so far. He's the only
Yeah,
kind of bright fucking spark from this whole disaster from Chelsea. So Cole Palmer for me goes in there as a hit. Been
yeah.
good.
For
He's a
me,
good player and he's shown quality. You can see he's come from a Pep Guardiola side.
yeah, I agree. I agree. For me, probably is the best player. That's the
Yeah.
truth. He's
Yeah,
a
he is. Yeah.
fantastic player. And I actually still, when I see him playing for Chelsea with that kind of personality as well, for being so young, I'm surprised that Guardiola let a player like this go. I know why he left Manchester City, but I don't know why Guardiola will let him go. I think he will regret that because he's actually a player for this kind of level. I really believe he
Yeah.
can play at the top.
Yeah, I think he is. I think they made. I don't know what happened, but I think they had to kind of maybe balance the books at Man City, and he was one they thought Doku's coming in. They're signing some players, and they need to offload someone. But I really like him,
Yeah.
and you know what it is because he's been at Man City. He's got standards. He's got levels. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even for a young lad, he's like you won't go underneath a 7 out of 10 every week. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not gonna.
It's
He's gonna miss some chances. Like he missed some chances in the Carabao Cup, but he's still a decent performance. He still gets in there. He's never going to drop below a 7 out of 10. The
No,
rest
and
of them,
it's like you say, but you talk of all the players that we talk, the talent is there, the qualities are there, but what's the difference with Palmer? You can see the mentality that he has, the confidence he has on himself. It's like, I'm good and
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
and in a good
Yeah,
way,
he's backed
in a
himself,
bad
hasn't
way.
he?
He's
Yeah,
back himself. He knows he's gonna do well,
yeah,
and you can see every time he has the ball, he knows, yeah, I'm here, give me the ball.
yeah.
He's this kind of player. I really, really like him a lot.
What about Disassi? He's coming. I'm not having him, mate.
To be honest, I didn't watch him enough. I didn't watch too much Chelsea
Yeah.
this year. Obviously, I know these players because of the past as well, but Disasi is not someone I've been following too much.
Don't bother. He's not worth it. It's been an absolute flop. Jackson, another one who's played up front. Mate, couldn't hit a barn door. Honestly, it's like you playing up front with just your right foot. Oh, he's terrible. He scored a hat-trick against Spurs. That was the most embarrassing thing. He scored a hat-trick against Spurs. How he scored
Actually,
a... Yeah, he
I know
scored a
him.
hat-trick.
I know him very well because I know him in Villarreal, and it's surprising because obviously you can see football how it is. Sometimes for good and for bad. 6 months before he was going to go to Bournemouth, he doesn't because of an hamstring injury. 6 months after, he does very very good the half of the season, and he goes to Chelsea. Look
Unbelievable.
at the difference. But amigo, I have to tell you, the talent is there. The talent is there. Is prone injury, yeah. He will be the starting number 9 for Chelsea if they want to be in staff. I don't think so. But I like him. He's a player that I see him in Villarreal, confidence. I
Yeah,
do
for
like him.
Villarreal. Do you know what I mean? Like, not for Chelsea Football Club who want to win the Champions League.
Well, at the moment, it's not like that, no?
I know, but come on, that's what they're signing these players for, to win the
Yeah,
league.
yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, but well, they don't obviously because look at last season and look at this season. So obviously, the target is to finish top 10. I think that's the target right now for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I like Jackson. Yes, it's good enough for Chelsea. Time will tell, but the talent. That's what I said. The ability is there. Now depends on his mentality. I don't know. Obviously, the mentality of the kid, but the
Yeah.
talent. I saw him for Villarreal many times is definitely there for me.
All right. Sanchez, the keeper from Brighton. I mean, I don't think they signed him as a number one, really. They signed him as a backup and he's had to play. He was all right at Brighton, but, he wasn't even number one at Brighton. So, again,
Yeah,
like, it's a
yeah.
miss. He's a miss. He's not good enough with his feet, to be playing for Chelsea. It's just another strange signing.
I like him, but like you say, to be a starting player when you have Courtois in the past, when you have Peter Cech on the past as well, when you have this world-class goalkeeper, he's at that level, of course not. And if you want to compete for things, you need a world-class goalkeeper, like
Yeah.
in the big teams, when you win something, everything that wins something, you always have a world-class goalkeeper, always,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he can be second option like he's supposed to be. Yeah, I agree. I think he's a good backup option. As a starter for Chelsea, no, I agree with you.
Jose, Premier League fixture this weekend, Chelsea v Fulham. Let's have a look at it. Obviously, despite the result against Borough, Chelsea have actually put in some half decent performances, but they'll always just throw in a stinker. But let's talk about Fulham for a minute because I thought they were really good at Anfield the other night against Liverpool. They was unlucky to come away with nothing. They're still in the tie in the Carabao Cup. But I really like what Fulham are about, and I think they're going to cause massive problems. This is a West London derby. It's going to be feisty. They're going to be up for it. And I think Fulham have got a really good chance. I've been really impressed with the way they've played football this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yesterday, they didn't deserve to lose the game against Liverpool. They didn't. They actually
No.
deserve a point and maybe even to win. That's the truth, in terms of the chances. They knew what Liverpool. I think it's good, because they know what the other team is about all the time. They play depends on the other team, and against Liverpool, they were really clever, and they've been doing like this the whole season, like you say. So, like you say, I think it's going to be very tough for Chelsea. I'm actually don't think Chelsea's favourites. I will go for a 50-50 here. I think it's going to be tough game for Chelsea, like you say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight fair. I've been impressed with what Marco Silva's done. Willian. I played against Willian, and he's still rocking around, running the show.
How old
He's,
is he? How old is he now?
I think he's 35, 36.
I
Like,
think, yeah,
he's
and he's still like,
still unreal. Like, he's still
but
unreal.
it's not just how good he is still. is still so fast that
Yeah,
with
fast. I
age,
know. Yeah,
normally that's one of the first things that come down is speed,
yeah,
And
I
this
know.
guy is still so
Still
fucking
rapid.
fast.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's unbelievable.
Imagine us trying to run at the same pace that we did when we were playing, mate. We'd pull Annie straight away.
No,
We're like,
100%, 100%.
off we go. 5 minutes in,
I'm
I'm
telling
done.
you, this guy, I think he could still be at Chelsea at this kind of level.
He
I
would
really
walk
believe
into
he could.
Chelsea's team. If
Yeah,
William would play for Chelsea's now, like he'd be straight on the side. He's playing for
yeah,
Fulham.
I
Like
agree.
this is what I can't understand with Chelsea. They've let go of so many good players, right? And even last year they were selling good players, and then they signed like 20 nobodies that no one even knows and spent fortunes on potential players who have not done it. They would have been better off keeping the players that they had and signing 4 or 5 world class players that have done it at the highest level for a period of time.
Jamie,
Like
you know how it is now with the club.
unbelievable. Next game, mate. Obviously, another massive game coming up. Newcastle v Man City. Kevin De Bruyne is obviously going to come back into the side. We probably thought. Newcastle struggled with injuries, but they're getting a few back. Newcastle need a result here. Eddie Howe's under a bit of pressure, I think. I mean, everyone's expecting them to really kick on, and they haven't this season, have they? I know they've had injury problems, but if they put in a display here against Man City, this is going to go as far to say that Eddie Howe's our man, don't you think?
For me, I love Eddie Howe and the way since he arrived to the club, how they play. But at the end, you cannot be Harry Potter. You cannot do magic if you have the injuries that you have, and then the players that they come in as a sub, they are not at the level that they need to be. It's so good of a manager you can be. That's the truth, At the end, uh, I'm surprised because they done well in the past, but this year playing Champions League, I actually thought that they were going to be in the transfer window and go and bring 2, 3 Bruno Guimaraes kind of level. That kind of level to say, okay, this is, I love Harvey Barnes, I love, like players like this, but you're playing Champions League now. You're gonna play against the
Yeah.
best. You need players that I'm not telling you to buy players like Neymar, like things like that, because they players that they don't really want to play anymore, these kind of things, but good players that they
Mm.
already proved themselves and they haven't done that, So put that on the manager. I like Eddie. I will keep Eddie at Newcastle. I really believe if they invest the way they should,
Yeah.
I really like him.
Man City obviously can go on a run. We know that, but they're going to need to, aren't they, to get back in this Premier League title race? I mean, they're not a million miles off it, but they thought they'd be challenging with Arsenal, but it looks like it's going to be Liverpool.
For me, Jamie, the worst Manchester City with Kevin De Bruyne out, Haaland out, the two most important players, probably the two best players with Salah in the Premier League. They've been out 3 points behind Liverpool. Or any other team will be already out of the Premier League title race. That's the
Yeah,
truth.
I know
For
what you mean.
me,
Yeah,
I really believe, obviously, it's between Liverpool and City, and I hope I'm wrong, but if Liverpool doesn't do something now in January, like a signing or two, in the key positions that they need, I think Manchester City now with Kevin De Bruyne back. I think Haaland is coming back now in January as well. Now this month as
yeah.
well is coming back. I think they're gonna be too strong for everybody, like they are always are.
Mm.
They are too strong. Like you say, just Kevin De Bruyne now in the middle is gonna be like boof. Like, and then Haaland. But I don't have Haaland. I have Julian Alvarez. That is, it's not bad either.
Yeah.
You
They've got
know.
too many good players. I think Man City win this game against Newcastle. I
Yeah.
think they're just going to be too
I
strong. I
hope they
think
don't.
now
I
is
hope they
just
don't. But I agree. I agree.
yeah. Man United Spurs, massive game for both clubs. Spurs looking like they've had a decent start to the transfer window, signed some decent players. Timo Werner, I don't know what you think, mate, but I really like him as a signing. I think it's a no-brainer. It's a try before you buy. You've got him in on loan. He's a proven player at the highest level. He's played Champions League football. He's won the Champions League at Chelsea. I think Ange has got a bit of a gold dust here and being like, you know what? I could get something out of him. He's rapid. Yeah, he's going to miss chances and he'll frustrate you a little bit maybe, but I think he's a really good signing. I'm really happy with what Daniel Levy's actually done all of a sudden. He's gone January transfer window, no fucking about. We're going to get in, get 3 or 4 players that we need, 2 centre halves, another striker, and let's kick on with this team because it has been impressive this season, and it's about time Daniel Levy's not messed about and actually got something done quickly. I've been impressed.
Yeah, I agree with you. With Timo Werner, I agree with you. I think obviously when he came to Chelsea first, it was too much for him, I think. But in Leipzig, he was really good. In Germany, obviously, is one of the top five leagues. But since then, it's true that we're not seeing the same Timo Werner that we seen that season at Leipzig. But like you say, it's alone. I believe he has the potential because he's proved that in the past. When clubs like Chelsea sign you, now Tottenham, this kind of clubs sign you is because they know the talent is there. Now, like you say, maybe different manager, different kind of way of to play. He adapt to it, believe in himself out again, and he comes against the player he used to be.
Yeah.
I think, like you say, it's a no-brainer for a loan with no option, compulsory option to buy. I agree with you. I think it's a great option for Spurs.
Yeah, I do. Look, Man United, Ten Hag is having a bit of a disaster with some of his players, but they're sticking by him. I just don't look at the team, mate, and see any cohesion. I look at them and see a lot like Chelsea, just players that just ain't really fighting for the badge and really wanting to be there. Rashford, just doesn't look like he's enjoying his football. The only one who really stands out so far this season has been Garnacho. He's a young lad. He's coming in and he's being their best player. I don't get it, and it's a shame, really, because I like Ten Hag. I thought he was going to be, good stuff, and it seems like he struggled. Do you think he lasts?
For me, I don't think he's going to last the whole season. I don't think so. I think the team, like you said, different to Chelsea, because Chelsea obviously signed players for the future, and I don't think Pochettino has too much to do with it, because Potter was before him as well. But with Erik ten Hag, actually, he signed the players. The players that they signed, he asked for them. Anthony, Varane, Casemiro, all these kind of players, the striker, Hoglund is called, no? Something like that as well. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. All these kind of players is his signings. He chose to sign them with the club, obviously, and you look at the team, and it happens the same as with Chelsea. Any game they go, it's a 50-50. You will never put them as favorites. And Manchester United, it should be a favorite. It should be a favorite to win the games. So it's a bit of a difficult one. And I said to you before this, I don't think he's gonna last the whole season. I will be surprised if it does.
Well, I think they get beat this game. I'm going to go Spurs 2-1. I think they're going to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to beat him. Yeah.
Up the Spurs. Come on, the boys. Jose, let's do some win, lose or draws with this week's fixtures. We'll start with Burnley v Luton. I mean, big game for both sides. I'm going to go for a draw.
I'm going to go for a draw as well. It's a 50-50, yeah.
Yeah. Chelsea v Fulham.
I think Fulham.
Chelsea. I'm going to go Chelsea win.
I'm going to go for Fulham. I actually believe they're going to beat them.
Oh, it's a big game, that. Newcastle v Man City. I'm going to go Man City win.
I'm going to go Newcastle. A draw. I'm going to go for a draw.
Everton v Aston Villa. I'm going to go Aston Villa.
I will go Aston Villa. Everton is tough, eh?
I know, mate, but they've dropped off a little bit, Everton.
Yeah. I will go with Aston Villa. Aston Villa should win this. Yeah, should win this game.
Man United, Spurs. I mean, I'm going to go Tottenham. Got to back my team.
Me too. I'm going to go Tottenham as well.
Right, Jose, pleasure, mate. Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Counter Attack. We'll see you next week.